When was the last time you looked at your life and asked yourself, am I really living the way I want? Most people don't ask. They keep moving, rushing, surviving, but deep inside, they know. They know they're not living the life they dreamed about. They feel it in the quiet moments when no one's around. They feel it when they wake up tired, drag themselves through another day, and fall asleep wondering where the time went. 6 months from now, your life could be exactly the same, or it could be completely unrecognizable. The truth is brutal, but it's also freeing. 6 months will pass no matter what you do. The question is, will you let time slip through your fingers, or will you grab it with both hands and shape it into something powerful? Right now, you are standing at a crossroads. One path leads to more of the same. More frustration, more waiting, more silent regret. The other path demands courage. It demands action. But it leads to something you can't even fully imagine yet. A version of you that is stronger, sharper, more alive. Most people waste their lives trapped in an endless loop of one day. One day I'll get serious. One day I'll take control. One day I'll change everything. But one day is a lie. It's a trick your mind plays to keep you comfortable, to keep you safe, to keep you exactly where you are. There is no one day. There is only today, only now. And here's the truth most won't tell you. You don't need 5 years. You don't even need 1. 6 months of focused, relentless action can change your life in ways you can't even comprehend yet. 6 months of discipline. 6 months of clarity. 6 months of refusing to quit. Imagine looking back 6 months from today and realizing you are living in a reality you once only dreamed of. Imagine feeling that surge of pride because you stayed when it got hard. You kept pushing when no one was clapping. You believed when there was no proof you should. The reward waiting for you isn't just a new life. It's a new identity, a new self-respect, a new power that no one can ever take away from you. But you have to decide. You have to commit, not with words, but with action. You have to stop waiting for the perfect moment. You have to stop hoping someone will come and push you. No one is coming. It's you. It's always been you. And maybe that sounds scary. Maybe it feels overwhelming. Good. It should. Because the best things in life have always lived just on the other side of fear. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. Strength doesn't appear when everything is easy. Greatness is not handed out like a gift. It's built. It's earned. And it starts the moment you stop lying to yourself about why you're not where you want to be. Time is the most ruthless currency. It doesn't slow down for anyone. It doesn't care about your fears, your excuses, your dreams. It will keep moving with or without you. So ask yourself, where do you want to be 6 months from now? Living the same tired story full of empty promises? Or waking up every morning with fire in your chest, knowing you took your life back? This isn't about motivation. This isn't about hype. This is about a real choice, a real commitment, a real battle that starts inside you, a battle you can win if you're willing to fight for it. The next 6 months could be the most powerful, transformative time of your life. If you stay with me, if you stay locked in, you will not just learn how to build a 6-month plan for success. You will experience something few people ever feel, the unstoppable. Momentum of a life you created with your own hands. It's not too late. It's not too hard. It's not impossible. It's waiting for you, but it's up to you to reach out and take it. The clock has already started ticking. Your future is watching. Make it proud. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture the version of you who refused to settle. The one who woke up every day and decided to give it everything. The one who didn't listen to fear, didn't obey doubt, didn't quit when it got heavy. See them. Feel them. That version of you is real. It's not a fantasy. It's not some distant dream. It's the future waiting for you. The future that's built by the choices you make today. Every action you take, every moment you push forward when you don't feel like it, is shaping that future version of yourself. You are closer than you think, closer to the strength you admire in others, closer to the discipline you envy, closer to the life you keep telling yourself you were meant to live. But you'll never meet that future if you keep moving like the past. Right now, your mind might try to argue. It will whisper, it's too late, it's too hard, you're not ready. That voice is lying, it's afraid. It's desperate to keep you small. But deep inside you, There's a louder voice, one that's harder to hear but far more powerful. It's the voice that knows you're capable of so much more. It's the voice that's tired of making excuses. It's the voice that's begging you to remember who you really are. And here's the truth. You don't have to be perfect to change your life. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to start. You have to move even if you're scared, even if it's messy, even if it feels slow. Action is what pulls you closer to your future. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a declaration. I am not staying where I am. Think about the person you dream of becoming. Are they stronger? Are they wiser? Are they unstoppable? That person is not someone else. That person is not beyond your reach. That person is simply you after you decide that excuses no longer have a seat at your table. Imagine waking up 6 months from now, not dreading the day ahead, but feeling fire in your chest because you built the life you once only talked about. Imagine the pride in your heart knowing you earned it, that nobody handed it to you, and no one can take it away. But to get there, you must understand one thing. The dream you want is already possible, but it's locked behind consistent, sometimes painful, daily effort. The dreams you crave are built in the lonely hours when no one is watching. They are built when you choose discipline over comfort. They are built when you show up on the days you want to disappear. Your future self is already watching every choice you make, cheering every small victory, begging you to push through every moment of doubt. They are counting on you to not give up. They are counting on you to step up and own your power. Every time you feel tired, remember why you started. Every time you feel fear, remember what's at stake. Every time you feel like quitting, remember the life you're fighting for. You are capable of more than survival. You are capable of more than just getting through the day. You are capable of building something that echoes long after today is over. But you must first believe it. You must first decide you are worthy of it. This isn't about being lucky. It's not about being gifted. It's about being relentless. It's about refusing to stay stuck one more day. It's about choosing to become the architect of your own destiny instead of the prisoner of your fears. 6 months. That's all it takes to turn the ship around. 6 months of focus. 6 months of hard choices. 6 months of showing up for yourself like your life depends on it, because it does. The life you want isn't built by waiting for a miracle. It's built by becoming the miracle. And if you're willing to stand tall when it's easier to sit down, to move when it's easier to make excuses, to believe when it's easier to doubt, you will find yourself face with the strongest version of you, the one who knew that greatness wasn't reserved for the chosen few. It was reserved for those brave enough to choose it. 6 months from now, the world may not even recognize you, but you will recognize yourself. You will see in the mirror a fighter, a builder, a leader of your own life. It all starts with a decision. Not tomorrow, not when it feels right, not when you're ready. Now. This is your time. This is your chance. And the future you are dreaming about is already reaching back, asking one question. Are you ready to meet me? If your heart says yes, don't wait. Start building. Start moving. The life you want is waiting for you to claim it. What if the only thing standing between you and the life you dream about is 6 months of relentless focus? Most people never realize how close they are. They live trapped in a cycle of waiting. Waiting for the right moment, waiting for motivation, waiting for a sign that it's their time. But the truth is brutal and simple. Life doesn't wait, time doesn't wait, and every day spent hesitating is a day you can never get back. Imagine looking at your life 6 months from today and feeling that familiar sting of regret because you didn't move when you had the chance. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that your dreams, your goals, your potential, they didn't just disappear. They faded slowly and silently under the weight of excuses. 6 months, 180 days. That's all it takes to change your world. But only if you're willing to break free from the habits, fears, and doubts that have chained you to the same place for too long. You see, success isn't about luck. It isn't about waiting for the stars to align. Success belongs to the ones who understand that change begins the moment you decide it must. The moment you look at your life, no filters, no sugarcoating, and say, this is not where I'm supposed to stay. Because staying where you are is the easy choice. It costs nothing in the short term. No discomfort, no risk, no uncertainty. But it costs everything in the long run. It costs your dreams. It costs your confidence. It costs the pride of becoming the person you were meant to be. Ask yourself right now, what could 6 months of focused, disciplined action do for you? What if you finally stopped talking about change and started living it? What if for once you didn't let fear drive your decisions? What if you stopped making excuses for why it's not the right time and started making reasons why it has to be now? There is a version of you that's stronger than your fear, bigger than your doubt, louder than the voice in your head telling you to quit. That version of you is real. It's waiting to be unlocked, to be set free. But it doesn't come from wishing, it comes from deciding. Deciding that your goals are not negotiable. Deciding that comfort is no longer your home. Deciding that the pain of growth is better than the slow death of staying the same. Right now, somewhere deep inside, you know it. You know you were made for more. You can feel it pulling at you. Every time you settle for less. Every time you shrink to fit a life that feels too small for your spirit. Every time you trade potential for comfort and tell yourself, maybe later. But later is a lie. Later becomes never. 6 months of obsession could change your body, your mind, your bank account, your relationships, your future. 6 months of choosing discipline over doubt, action over fear, consistency over excuses. 6 months of doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. Most people won't. They'll keep drifting, keep dreaming, keep waiting for someone else to hand them a life they never built. But you have a choice, a real one. You can be the exception. You can be the story that others tell when they talk about what's possible. You can be the proof that 6 months is more than enough when you're willing to demand more from yourself. And if you stay with me, if you lock in and refuse to quit, you'll walk away with more than just a plan. You'll walk away with the fire, the strategy, and the unstoppable mindset to make these next 6 months the foundation of a life you're proud to live. This isn't just about success, it's about transformation. It's about becoming someone who no longer asks for permission to be great, someone who no longer waits for motivation to show up but creates it from within, someone who wakes up 6 months from now and doesn't just see a changed life, but a changed self. There's a future waiting for you that is brighter, stronger, and more powerful than you can imagine right now. But it's not guaranteed, it's not promised, it must be earned. And it starts with one decision, one commitment, one moment when you say, I'm done waiting. I'm ready to take everything I know I'm capable of and bring it to life. The time is now. The window is open. The life you want is on the other side of 6 months of unbreakable focus. Stay with me, and by the end, you won't just believe it's possible. You'll know exactly how to make it real. The power to reshape your life is already in your hands. It's not something you have to wait for. It's not locked away in some distant future. It's here. It's now. And the first step is understanding a truth that most people spend their entire lives running from. Your results are a mirror of your daily habits. You don't suddenly wake up successful. You don't stumble into the life you dream about. You build it, moment by moment, choice by choice, habit by habit. Every day you either move closer to your goals or further away. There's no standing still. Every choice you make is a vote for the person you are becoming. When you choose discipline over distraction, you're casting a vote for your future. When you choose effort over excuses, you're building a foundation that no storm can tear down. The life you want isn't hidden behind some giant, impossible leap. It's hidden behind thousands of small, almost invisible steps. And it starts when you realize that how you do anything is how you do everything. If you want to change your life in 6 months, you must master the small moments, the decisions that seem insignificant, the ones no one sees, the ones that seem easy to brush off. Because these are the moments that separate the dreamers from the doers. When it's cold outside and your bed feels warm but you choose to get up and work on your goals, that's a victory. When your mind is screaming for comfort, but you lean into discomfort, that's transformation. When you feel like giving up but you take one more step forward, that's how greatness is built. Consistency is the key that unlocks everything. Not intensity, not perfection, not luck. Consistency. Showing up day after day, even when it's boring, even when it's hard, even when you feel like nothing is happening. Because growth doesn't shout. It whispers. It happens quietly in the background while you're busy putting in the work. And here's the part nobody likes to hear. You won't always feel motivated. You won't always feel inspired. You won't always feel ready. But success doesn't care about your feelings. Success doesn't wait for you to feel like it. Success rewards the ones who show up anyway. The difference between the life you want and the life you have is built in those silent battles you fight every day. It's built when you refuse to let your emotions dictate your actions. It's built when you stay true to your mission, even when the initial excitement has faded. You will face days when everything in you screams to quit. You will face moments when doubt feels louder than belief. That's normal. That's part of the journey. But those moments are not signs that you're failing. They're opportunities. Opportunities to prove to yourself that you are stronger than your mind's limits. Opportunities to rise above the average. Opportunities to become the kind of person who doesn't just talk about greatness but lives it. Every time you push through when it would be easier to quit, you send a message to yourself. I am someone who follows through. I am someone who does hard things. I am someone who creates their future. And that belief, that identity, it's unstoppable. Because when you start to believe in yourself at that level, there is nothing that can stand in your way. Obstacles become challenges you're excited to face. Failure becomes a teacher you learn from, not a wall you stop at. 6 months of this kind of commitment doesn't just change your circumstances, it changes your soul. It rewires your mind. It builds a resilience that the world cannot break. Imagine waking up every morning knowing you have the power to create anything you desire. Imagine carrying yourself with the quiet, unshakable confidence of someone who knows they've earned their success through blood, sweat, and perseverance. Imagine looking in the mirror and seeing not a dreamer but a builder. Not someone who wishes, but someone who wins. That is the reward waiting for you. It's not just about what you achieve, it's about who you become along the way. And the best part? Once you become that person, no one can ever take it from you. Success becomes inevitable, not because the world got easier, but because you got stronger. The next 6 months of your life can be a time when everything shifts, not because you got lucky, but because you made a decision, stayed consistent, and refused to let the old version of you win. You owe it to yourself, to the dream inside you, to the life you know you're capable of living. Every day is a new chance to move one step closer. Every choice is a brick in the foundation of your future. The question is no longer can you do it. The real question is, will you? The life you want is already calling your name. It's waiting for you to answer. The life you want isn't built in the grand moments. It's built in the silent ones. When no one is watching, when no one is applauding, when no one even knows the battle you're fighting inside. It's built when you choose to rise anyway, when you choose to believe in yourself even when the results are not visible yet. This is the truth that separates the ones who dream from the ones who achieve. They stay loyal to their vision even when the world gives them every reason to quit. They don't work for recognition. They don't move only when the rewards are obvious. They build their future in faith, believing that every drop of sweat, every moment of discipline, every second of perseverance will eventually break through the surface and become undeniable. You have that power right now. The ability to stay faithful to a vision no one else can see but you. The ability to keep showing up, especially when it's hard, especially when it's lonely, especially when it would be so much easier to just fall back into old habits. Every excuse you are tempted to make is a doorway to weakness. Every excuse you overcome is a bridge to strength. Excuses are comforting because they allow you to stay the same. But they also guarantee that you'll wake up one day and wonder where all your potential went. You were not born to live a life of almosts and maybes. You were not made to sit on the sidelines while your dreams pass you by. You were built to rise, built to fight, built to claim every ounce of greatness buried inside you. The pain of growth is temporary. The pain of regret is forever. Which one do you want to live with? Right now, there's a version of you standing at the finish line, looking back, hoping you'll have the courage to begin. That version of you is not wondering if it was worth it. That version is standing taller, breathing deeper, living freer. That version of you knows the price was high, but the reward was greater. You don't need more time. You don't need better conditions. You don't need permission. You need to decide. To burn the bridge back to your old life and move forward like there is no plan B. Because when you commit like that, when you commit with your whole heart, you stop negotiating with your goals. You stop making deals with your doubts. You start living like the future you want is non-negotiable. Think about how many times you've said someday. How many dreams you've shelved under the weight of fear, procrastination, and self-doubt. Imagine if you had started the first time you thought about it. Imagine how far you would be right now. But don't let that thought break you. Let it fuel you. Let it light a fire so strong inside you that there's no turning back this time. You have lost enough time already. You have doubted yourself long enough. You have played small long enough. Now is the time you shift everything. Not through some massive overnight transformation, but through daily, relentless, disciplined action. Through saying yes to the hard things. Through refusing to allow your emotions to rule your commitment. The ones who win are not the ones who never feel fear. They are the ones who feel it and move forward anyway. They are the ones who are tired, who are uncertain, who have every reason to quit, and still they rise. You are capable of that kind of strength. You are capable of that kind of transformation. You are capable of becoming the person who looks fear in the face and keeps walking. The next 6 months of your life are going to pass anyway. The days will roll by whether you use them or not. What you do in those days, that's what will define you. That's what will separate you from the crowd. That's what will lead you to the future you've been dreaming of. The only thing standing between you and that life is the decision to start, the decision to continue, and the decision to never stop believing that it's possible. This is your time, not tomorrow, not someday, now. The world doesn't need another person who almost made it. The world needs you, the real you, the unstoppable you, the you who refuses to settle for anything less than extraordinary. It's not too late. You're not too far gone. Everything you need is already inside you. You just have to decide you're done waiting. And when you make that decision, when you commit without conditions, you will find a strength inside you that you never knew existed. The life you want is possible. The future you dream of is within reach. It's waiting for you to show up and claim it with everything you've got. You have everything it takes, but the question is, will you act like it? Will you move like someone who is already destined for greatness? Will you stop treating your dreams like they are optional and start treating them like they are oxygen, like they are necessary for your survival? Because until you do, life will keep offering you comfort disguised as safety, and comfort will quietly steal every single thing you were born to achieve. Comfort is the silent killer. It doesn't strike with a loud bang. It seeps in slowly like poison, convincing you that it's okay to wait, that it's okay to aim lower, that it's okay to live a life of good enough. But good enough is not why you are here. Mediocrity was never your destiny. You were not created to blend in. You were not created to accept a life half-lived. Inside you, there is a force stronger than every excuse you've ever made, stronger than every fear that ever whispered in your ear, stronger than any limitation the world tried to place on you. But it only shows itself when you step into the fire. It only reveals itself when you push beyond what feels easy and comfortable and familiar. Growth lives on the other side of resistance. Power lives on the other side of pain. The next 6 months are not going to be about finding yourself. They are about creating yourself, about carving a new identity out of discipline, sacrifice, focus, and relentless action. You have to move like someone who knows that every single day counts. Every choice compounds. Every action is a seed planted for the future you are building. There is no wasted effort when you are walking toward your purpose. Even on the days when progress feels invisible. Even on the days when you question if it's worth it, you are laying bricks. You are setting a foundation so strong that nothing, not failure, not setbacks, not critics, will be able to shake it. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. Right now, you are being called to choose your weight. Carry the light burden of showing up, of pushing yourself, of becoming more than you were yesterday. Or carry the crushing burden later of knowing you could have done more. Could have been more, but let fear and doubt steal your chance. This is your moment to rise. This is your invitation to demand more from yourself than anyone else ever has. You don't need people to believe in you. You need to believe in you. You don't need permission. You need decision. You don't need motivation. You need commitment. Commitment that doesn't depend on the weather, on your mood, on whether the world applauds you. Commitment that is rooted so deeply inside you that no circumstance can shake it. The world is filled with people who almost made it, people who almost started, people who almost became who they were meant to be. Don't let yourself become another name on that list. Be the one who finishes. Be the one who fights through every doubt, every delay, every difficulty, and crosses the line carrying the pride of someone who refused to settle. 6 months of focus can put you years ahead. 6 months of consistent action can rebuild your body, rewire your mind, reshape your future. You are closer than you think. The distance between where you are and where you want to be is filled with discipline, and every time you choose action over excuse, every time you choose progress over perfection, you shrink that distance until your dream is no longer something you chase. It's something you live. There will be days you don't see the results yet, days you feel stuck, days when doubt feels heavier than hope. Keep going. Success is not a straight line. It's a battlefield, and the ones who win are not the ones who never feel pain. They are the ones who walk through the pain and don't lose their vision. They are the ones who get knocked down and refuse to stay there. They are the ones who believe in the invisible harvest when all they see is dirt and effort. You are being shaped right now in ways you can't even see yet. Every hard day is carving strength into your bones. Every setback is teaching you resilience. Every sacrifice is fueling a future so powerful that one day you will look back and realize it was never about the results. It was about who you became in the process. And that version of you, the one who didn't quit, didn't fold, didn't surrender, that version of you is unstoppable. That version of you will build a life so bright, so strong, that it will light the way for others who are still trapped in their own fear. This is your legacy in the making.